It's the same with we was Kang's Tolkien garbage, which I won't even give. I don't even mention it because why? I don't care. But I don't think. I mean, railing against it, all you're doing is giving an air.
Hey, this is a somewhat impromptu and off-the-cuff video because I'm afraid to say some of y'all have been slacking, you have not been holding the line, you have been hate-watching, so I'm told.
Despite the provocation from the
shills.
No.
Hate-watching.
Oi! No.
Hate-watching.
No.
Hate-watching.
No.
Hate-watching.
No!
Hate-watching.
Good. Get the fuck in.
I know, it's disgraceful, right? Absolutely shocking stuff. And so I figure we need a timely reminder of why we do not hate watch, why there is nothing to be gained from it. There is a whole slew of React content coming in to castigate the rings of power, like it's very 2016. And it really reminded me of an old joke. In a school there is a boy, little Johnny, who is a special needs kid. He has special educational needs. He is a little slow, apparently. And every day, little Johnny gets bullied by a group of older boys who come up to him and they offer him 2 coins. And they say, Johnny, there's this big shiny 10p coin, or there's a little dull pound coin. Which one do you want, Johnny? And Johnny always excitedly says, oh, give me the big shiny one. And the older boys laugh at him and say, oh, great choice, Johnny, great choice. Haha, see you tomorrow. They do this every day. And so a kid sees this and he goes up to Johnny and says, Johnny, I'm sorry to tell you, mate, that they're taking the mick. Why don't you just choose the pound coin? That's worth more. And Johnny says, because if I choose the pound coin, they'll stop asking me. I'm sure you're going to see where I'm going with this. For ease of making this as clear as I can in an impromptu format, let's go over the 3 reasons why you do not want to hate watch, why you should not be doing it. You should resist the trap. And the main reason is because they want you to. The companies that you think you're getting one over on by watching a whole load of content that is dabbing on their stuff, calling it stupid, pointing out the flaws, showing how ridiculous it is, they want you to do it. And I know that sounds kind of weird, like why the heck would a massive corporation that has sunk millions and millions, if not £1 billion into this content, why would they want everyone laughing at it and calling it terrible? And you have to understand that this is kind of a new wave of marketing. One of the most difficult things to get now, with so much content out there, is people's attention. You're really having to fight for people's eyeball space. And so companies tend to be a little sneaky. They tend to market their stuff indirectly as well as directly. They will have storylines. Now, the storylines back in the day, some of these will be very familiar to you. They will be about scandals. You know, there was a big romance between the stars. That's the rumour. And so people run and flock to it. Oh, can you see the chemistry? Or there would be something about a first thing. You know, it's a first thing ever on screen. And that might get your attention. Or there might be another kind of scandal. One of the tricks they used to do all the way back in the day, Mark Commode points this out in The Good, the Bad and the Multiplex. They used to be really fond of talking about the massive budget. They would say, oh, this is the most expensive movie ever. Or if they couldn't do that, it would be, this is the most expensive costuming ever. Or the most expensive battle scene ever. It would be something like that. And this is all the way of giving you a story that the media can put out that is nominally about the scandal or the effect or the achievement or the budget, but really it is a way to get your attention and get you to watch the product. Now, the current iteration of this story is Evil Internet Badman. Now, you've seen this. I'm sure I'm just going to lay out the steps of the current storyline that they're using. And this will be very, very familiar to you. So, something is coming out and they make a woke trailer Now, the woke trailer is very ridiculous, and so everyone hops on, makes a quick react video, and says, woke trailer is really stupid and foolish. And then the stories all come out. Oh my gosh, the internet is full of horrible, evil internet trolls. Can you believe it? There are a load of bad men who believe the bad things. And then the biggest star in the series comes out and fights the trolls, bravely stands up to them and stands up for the poor, persecuted millionaire celebrity. Against the might of the anonymous, bannable internet trolls who'll lose their jobs if it's found out that they said stuff. You have seen this play out, and that is because it is a storyline that is very easily repeatable. And really, none of that actually matters. The stars most likely didn't see the internet comments, or if they did, they didn't care. They have thick skin, so I'm told. The point is, it's a gimmick, it's a storyline, and it is a way of directing attention to the brand new product so that you will be a good man. You know, you're not going to be like those horrible internet bigot trolls. So you are going to watch the thing to show that you care for the good thing and you support the current thing. That's what you're going to do. So when you are making your edgy, spicy meme, you are doing what they want you to do. You're playing the part of the internet bigot and you're helping them out. There's basically nothing to be gained from playing this role. For a start, yeah, you might get some likes on Twitter, well, hey, but if your joke is just too good, you probably get banned. That's no fun. You're also playing into what they want, and furthermore, when you're making an edgy meme about the wokeness or the diversity or whatever, there's kind of I might get laughed at for this point, I don't care. There's a sad side effect where people who are the minorities are kind of put in this awful bind where they are being used as pawns in the marketing push, in the marketing storyline. And then they're also having to see the memes as well, where they're kind of the target again. And I don't know, doesn't seem like fun, doesn't seem like a winning thing. So I would avoid it. The second reason I would highly advise that you don't hate watch, the reason we do not do it, we resist the temptation, is because it doesn't achieve anything. You can't hurt these companies financially. In Mark Commode's, I know I keep going for it, but it is good. In Mark Commode's The Good, the Bad and the Multiplex, he points out how the current system basically makes it impossible for a movie to flop. Movies don't really fail financially anymore when they're part of the major studio systems. They just take a lot longer to become profitable. The system is set up in such a way that, okay, they might not make all their money, but over time, via deals, via marketing, via tie-ins, they get that money back. You really can't hurt them. In the case of, say, the Disney Plus shows or the Lord of the Rings, whatever, it is tied into a subscription deal. So you might say, this looks absolutely stupid. Why the heck would I watch this? But you can't boycott that specifically. It's not going to work. It's all packaged into your Netflix, Disney Plus or Prime subscription. It's not going to help. So you can't hurt them that way. And furthermore, a lot of people are going to keep those subscriptions so that they can hate watch. Amazon has no way of detecting an ironic dollar from a sincere dollar. It is all money for them. You hate watching them funds the stupid products. There's no way around it. When you're making the YouTube reviews, just following along every single week, pointing out how bad it is, trying to make some kind of hyperbolic damnation of the show, that is going to get ads. Like, unless you're extremely spicy, you're going to get ads. Companies still think that stuff is profitable. You are still helping them make money. The hate watching is very much incorporated into the profit model. So you're not going to achieve it. Bill Hicks had a thing way back in the day about the anti-marketing marketing, the anti-marketing dollar. Basically, companies can make their money from hating on stuff. They found a way to monetize you hating it. So you hate watching isn't going to bring it down. It's actually most likely going to make them a lot more money. That kind of brings us on to point 3. And that is the objection that you might say, hey, I have ad block, YouTube doesn't get any ad money from me, and I pirate it. So the corporation doesn't get any money from me either. They didn't benefit from me hate watching at all. And that is fine, because point 3 is you shouldn't hate watch because of the opportunity cost. That is the price you pay for not doing something in order to hate watch. Hate watching takes up your time. If you're watching all 13-hour-long episodes of whatever the current crap thing is, that is time you are not spending exercising or reading something worthy or watching something worthy or hanging out with friends, developing yourself, spending good time in the community, volunteering, all the other good and productive things that you could be doing. When you are, how can I say, when you're making a big deal over, some video, some hour-long stream of, oh my god, episode 13 is the biggest steaming pile of crap. It is even worse than episode 12. Oh my gosh, I thought episode 12 was the worst. But episode 13, oh boy. Well, you've watched 13 hours of stuff that you hate, so who's really stupid? Who's really losing in this scenario? Who's winning in this scenario? There are channels who really ought to know better, who really should know what they're doing, who know what good art is, who know how to do criticism, who are turning up week in, week out, talking about the same stuff multiple times. They did it for Loki, they did it for Ms. Marvel, Star Trek Discovery, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Obi Wan, The Book of Boba Fett, Batwoman, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, whatever the next thing is, they're going to do that too. They're just responding on command and putting so much time and effort into stuff that they hate. And I get it. It's probably very successful. It's very algorithm pushed. Because, as I've said, this is stuff that the corporations want you to do. They accept and plan on a certain amount of hate watching. I would be very unsurprised if trailers weren't cut to throw a little bit of red meat to hate watchers, specifically to get this reaction.
Told you so. I told us so. It has a 36% audience score.
So there are all these irreverent creators that I'm subscribed to, that I like, that I do really enjoy their content. I know they can make good stuff. But they are turning up for every single one of these shows, taking the bait every time. I've heard them on streams basically admit that they are worn down by it. They can't face watching the latest one because they're all so crap. And it's like, guys, you're losing out here. I know you're getting the clicks from it, but there is a huge opportunity cost attached to doing this, to taking the bait every single time. I just think that the proper response to when you see one of these crap woke projects that you know you're going to hate is not to just say, well, hey, I can bully it. Time to go and bully. It's to step over, to say, look, I saw what you put out there. It looks extremely unappealing, very uninteresting to me, and I want nothing to do with it. It seems to me extremely unhealthy to be saying, oh man, that looks absolutely awful. I've got to watch it straight away. I've got to put so much of my focus on this piece of crap. It doesn't seem healthy. There are much more worthy uses of your time. Okay, sit break over. There's a really obvious response to everything I'm saying here, and I want to just head that off right now. I am not saying that it is absolutely pointless to make film criticism of terrible stuff. Obviously, it is not. You can learn a heck of a lot about good filmmaking and good storytelling by watching analysis of terrible projects. You do not need me to do the laundry list of good people who make that stuff to a very high standard and who I have got a lot from and learnt a lot from. But the way I think you can do this best is to not do it at the beck and call of the companies that make this crap. Not do it on their schedule. When you're doing it when they want you to, like as soon as it comes out, you're doing these really quick reactions. You are granting that project prominence and helping it in the attention economy. This is what I was talking about in the first point. You are helping it gain prominence in the public conversation. And even if you do not intend it to, you are going to direct eyeballs to it. So do not do it. If you wait until it is out of the sort of current limelight, your criticism is going to be better. It is going to be more considered because you are not rushed to get it out. There's probably a lot more information that's come out about the project. Maybe there's a staff or actors or directors commentary you can look forward to get a little more information. Maybe there's some more interviews that have shed some light on the production. You're not going to be as buffeted by whatever the current narratives about the product are. All these reasons mean that you're going to do a much better bit of analysis after the fact, because it is going to be of your own choice and on your own schedule. So that is, I think, the best way to do it if you are going to do it. In my own case, to shamelessly plug, I am doing 2 big projects on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978, which is coming out very soon, and the next one is going to be on Get Out from 2017, which very much had its big moment and got the big reactions, and I feel in that case the big reactions were understandable but misguided. And there are some narratives that came out about that film that I think ultimately were quite, I'll stick with misguided. And that's something that I want to correct in my own analysis. So hopefully I have made that clear. Instead of seeing this stuff and signing up for the role of internet bad guy, just ignore it, step over. Hopefully you're feeling remoralized, repurposed, as it were, and reaffirmed in your commitment to not hate watch this stuff. You will get nothing from it. Use your time better. Don't think you can be cool and be all tsundere to these shows. No, just ignore. Hold the line. No hate watching. And if you have hate watched recently, I'll accept a subscription and maybe even joining the channel as penance. I'm very benevolent and forgiving like that. Okay, I'll see you in a far more substantial video soon. All the best. Thanks, y'all. Tschüss.
Never understood giving this stuff attention at all. Like, to me, you're playing into someone else's kayfabe. You're helping their hype machine. Why do it? Why give that to Hassan Piker or any of these other clowns?
It's the same with that fucking We Was Kang's Tolkien garbage, which I won't even give. I don't even mention it. Don't talk about it. I don't care, but I don't think. I mean, railing against it, all you're doing is giving it air.
I'll go back to that short video I made called Dialectics and No Dialogue. I suggest people watch it again and again and again until they truly understand that any engagement with those things is a win for them.